Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Salem. And this evening I'd like to say hello to Becca, who came by the museum today. Hello, Becca. And I'd like to move on to another question. There have been a number of questions that have been posted in the comment section, and the one that I want to address tonight comes from Tesserae. And of course, one is never quite sure how to pronounce some of the screen names one sees. And I'm assuming that this is pronounced as the tesserae that are used for mosaic work. And Tesserae's question is, where do the correspondences that we use for things like gems, colors, herbs, etc. originally come from? And the answer to this is that I believe most of them originally come from trial and error over the course of generations, and from different ancient communities. You will find that there are sometimes disagreements in terms of what color represents what qualities go with what gemstone, and this arises partly from the fact that different ancient societies and different modern societies have different views of them. And I think that partly arises from the different ways they use them, and from different attitudes and different social customs. With herbs in particular, the meanings and correspondences that we use for them do definitely come from trial and error, and from generations of use. This is true also for gemstones. Every now and then a particular writer or a particular teacher will influence the meanings in some way. For example, Mademoiselle Lenormand, who wrote a well-known book of dream interpretations at the start of 2 centuries ago, greatly influenced the way people interpreted dreams in the 19th century. The Opal, which was a novel of the late 19th century, greatly influenced the way many people see the opal stone, and somewhat changed how people interact with it. But in general, it's the different practitioners and the results that they have and what they pass on to their students who have shaped these different correspondences. In my particular case, when you look at the correspondences that I use for stones, I learned most of them from a woman by the name of Marlene Berendt. Marlene Berendt, who used to perform under the name The Rock Lady, ran J&M fairs in the Chicagoland area for many years with her husband, Reverend Jim. And they were a lovely couple, very interesting, very unique couple. And what Marlene loved more than anything were stones. And I learned a great deal about stones from her, in part by illustrating her book on stones, and also from conversation and from just studying what was put before me. And I've also learned, of course, from every other source that I could gain access to. You'll notice, for example, in my chart of stones, I have a stone called marlinite, which was named for Marlene Berendt. And different practitioners sometimes have their own points of view on these things, so you'll find that things vary. But as a general rule, because the vibrations are going to be the same no matter who's examining them, they don't vary too awfully far. When you do find stones or colors or herbs that have a wide range of correspondences, they tend to stay pretty much on the same theme. But there are, of course, exceptions. So I hope that this answers your question, Tesserae. The main answer, again, is through experimentation over generations. And until next time, may you blessed be. Oh, and remember, we still have 193 Witch School lifetime memberships, and one of them could be yours. But when they're gone, they're gone. And you know, it's really kind of interesting to think about the lifetime memberships finally being filled. And a little sad to think about it, but there will still be many other kinds of memberships at the school. But the lifetime memberships are a unique value, so I highly recommend them. You can buy them, of course, at witchschool.com. Have a wonderful night, and until next time, may you blessed be. Now I shall count in my head silently, and then hit the button.